Boston, 8 p.m. A heavy oak door stands before you. Your tie feels tight. You adjust it, press the buzzer. The door opens. A man in a suit takes your phone without a word. The order: remove your jacket and shirt. You strip down, unbutton the shirt. Pull the left sleeve off your shoulder. Roll your left pant leg above the knee. They slip a noose around your neck. Blindfold you with black cloth. Darkness. They take you by the arm and lead you down a hallway. You stumble, fall, get back up. They lead you to an altar. Silence all around. You can hear people breathing, dozens of them. The point of a compass presses into your left breast. A voice reads an oath. You repeat the words, swearing to never reveal the secrets. The strike of a gavel. The blindfold is ripped off. A flash of light. 30 men in white aprons stand before you. You wait. You imagine secret talks about business shares and politics. Instead, they hand you a blue book without a word. You are now a first-degree apprentice. For the next year, you have no right to speak during lodge meetings. Your duty is to open doors for your seniors and memorize the bylaws. You are a servant with no rights. Level 2, Fellow Craft. You stand in the center of the hall. Judges, prosecutors, and bankers sit around you. You stand at attention. For 40 minutes, you recite the bylaws from memory, word for word. One mistake means failure. You finish. Exam passed. 0 errors. You are a second-degree fellow craft. You have earned your vote. You drive to an evening meeting. Sit down at a mahogany table. The lodge secretary places a thick folder in front of you. You open it. Inside are printouts of Excel spreadsheets. Your mission: audit the membership dues. For 3 hours, you verify receipts, temple roof repairs, lunch estimates. Saturday, 9 p.m. Friends are calling. You decline the call. You sit in your study, reading the passwords. Once, twice, you lose count. Your wife walks in, asks where you disappear to every single weekend. You remember the point of the compass against your chest. You look at your laptop screen, mumble something about trouble at work. She closes the door from the outside. You reach the second tier, but you lost your weekends forever. Your lies to your family have become systemic. Level 3, Master Mason. The lodge room. Darkness. The ritual. 3 men approach you, demand the lodge password. You refuse. A blow to the forehead with a prop wooden gavel. You fall backward onto a stretched canvas. They cover you with a heavy shroud. Ritual death. You must be ready to die rather than betray the secret. They raise you from the floor with a special Masonic grip. They slip a heavy gold square and compass ring onto your finger. Evening. A closed-door meeting. Strictly business. The district prosecutor and a local judge sit at the table. Across from them is a lawyer who just lost a case to them in open court today. Here, they are not enemies. They are brothers. They split municipal contracts in 10 minutes. No minutes, no press, no IRS. Your test arrives. One of your lodge brothers is a major contractor. He made a blunder on a joint venture, a multi-million-dollar mistake. His negligence costs you a fortune. In the real world, you would file a brutal lawsuit, freeze his assets, and destroy his reputation. At the evening banquet, he walks up to you, pours you a bourbon. You look at your gold ring, silently tear up the prepared lawsuit. Level 4, Secret Master. You enter the Scottish Rite, the Lodge of Perfection, 4th degree. You buy up rare manuscripts, lock yourself in your study for 3 days straight. Old treatises cover the desk, a massive metal compass, printouts of Washington, D.C. street layouts. You search for hidden meaning in the pyramid on the dollar bill. Calculate the street angles around the Capitol. Step to the window and use a red marker to trace the triangles on billboards right onto the glass. A knock. Your business partner walks in, drops a red folder on the desk. Your company is losing its anchor client. You skip 3 crucial meetings in a row. You haven't answered work calls for a month. You stare at your partner in silence. Grab the multi-million-dollar contract folder and sweep it off the desk into the trash can. Point your finger at the door. 2 a.m. Your wife is packing a suitcase. Throws a bank statement onto the table. You wired $15,000 for an antique Masonic apron and new ritual fees. You don't make excuses. You keep drawing geometric lines on the city map in silence. She grabs her bag and leaves. The lock clicks. You are left alone in an empty house among stacks of dusty books. Your phone vibrates. The bank is freezing your corporate accounts for unpaid loans. You don't pick up. Your focus is the next degree. Level 5, Night Rose Croix. You enter the chapter, 18th degree, Night Rose Croix, a traditional Masonic banquet. The hall is candlelit. You drink wine from a heavy silver chalice. To your right sits the lodge treasurer, a sitting state senator. Yesterday, a detective handed you a flash drive. You hired him months ago. On it is proof. The treasurer funneled $200,000 from the lodge charity fund into offshore accounts. The toast ends, glasses clink. You stand up and walk over to the senator. Place a folder on the table before him. Transaction logs. He opens it, turns pale, instantly, wipes his sweating forehead with a linen napkin. You don't call a lodge trial. You lean into his ear, demand that he drop out of the upcoming election, and publicly order his people to vote for you, or else. The folder lands on the federal prosecutor's desk. The senator nods in silence. You return to your seat, raise your glass, smile at the other brothers. They smile back. To your left, a judge quietly slips a running voice recorder into his briefcase. Across the room, a prosecutor takes photos of someone else's documents under the table. You are no longer looking for secret symbols. You are gathering dirt on every single person in this room. Your next stop is the High Inquisitor's chair. Level 6, Night Kadash. You enter the Council of Kadash. 30th degree, Night Kadash. A double-headed black and white eagle medallion rests on your chest. You are the supreme judge. The council chamber, no windows, candles burn. You sit on a raised dais in a black robe. A man in a white robe stands before you. In the real world, he owns a chain of medical clinics. He refused to transfer a percentage to the lodge's private fund. To your left is the director of a local bank. To your right is the head of the tax authority. The man in the center is trembling. He begs for an extension until Friday. You say nothing. Grab the gavel. A sharp strike on the table. The verdict, expulsion. A lodge officer steps up and rips the white apron off the condemned man. Guards take him by the arms and lead him out through the heavy oak doors. 9 a.m. You sit in your office, sipping espresso. Your secretary puts the morning paper on your desk. The front page features a photo of a sealed clinic and a bankruptcy headline. You don't read the text. Pick up a red pen, open the lodge roster, cross out the former brother's name, close the folder, move to the next case. Level 7, Sublime Prince of the Royal Secret. You enter the consistory, 32nd degree, Prince of the Royal Secret, federal level power, an FBI interrogation room. 2 agents slam a folder onto the metal table. Inside are surveillance photos of your meetings with judges and bank wire logs. The charge, running a criminal syndicate. The ultimatum, flip on the lodge's Supreme Council or face life in prison. You stay silent, pick up your phone, dial a number, utter a single, short code word, hang up. An hour later, the door opens. The state attorney general steps into the room. He orders the agents out. The red LED light on the security camera goes dark. The attorney general walks up to you, extends his hand. Your thumb locks over his knuckle. The Masonic grip. The attorney general rips the evidence folder to shreds, throws the scraps into the bin, silently points to the exit. You step out into the pouring rain. A black van idles by the curb. The rear door opens. Inside sits the lodge treasurer. He hands you a tablet with a contract. To pay off the feds, the lodge is taking your company. You transfer your assets into the order's blind trust. Otherwise, the agents will find new evidence tomorrow. You apply your digital signature. Your balance is wiped to 0. Your status remains. Level 8, Sovereign Grand Inspector General, Washington, D.C., the House of the Temple, 33rd degree, the Pinnacle. You have been elected. You enter a hall beneath a massive stone dome. U.S. senators, federal judges, and retired generals sit around a circular table. There is no altar in the center of the room, just an oak table, water carafes, and ashtrays. The Sovereign Grand Commander strikes his gavel. The session is open. A senator quietly slides a yellow folder to a judge, demanding he dismiss a car accident case involving his nephew. A general hands a budget estimate to a banker. They split a military defense contract, bypassing Congress. No great architect of the universe. No higher wisdom. They drink whiskey and hand out jobs to their relatives. You look at the senator chewing on a fat cigar. Reach into your jacket's inner pocket and pull out an old photo. Your wife, whom you haven't seen in 3 years. You remember the friend you bankrupted. Also, old men in expensive suits could quietly carve up the federal budget. You crush the photograph in your fist without a word. Toss it into a crystal ashtray. Flick a Zippo lighter. Set the paper on fire. You watch the gray ash. Level 9. Most Worshipful Grand Master. The highest public office. Head of the Grand Lodge of the entire country. Morning, the dressing room. You stand before a full-length mirror. An officer places a massive chain of pure gold around your neck. 6 pounds. The heavy oak doors fly open. Flashbulbs blind you. Reporters break through the security cordon. A journalist shoves fresh printouts of your medical records and offshore bank statements right into your face. Dozens of microphones thrust toward your lips. People scream questions about your secret meetings with senators. Security shoves you into the backseat of a limousine. Sitting across from you is the head of the lodge's PR committee. He snatches your personal phone out of your hands without a word. Drops it into the car safe. You shout an order to the driver. He pulls up near a restaurant. The PR man shakes his head, presses a button. The doors lock with a click. He places a tablet in front of you. Your schedule is locked in for the next 12 months. Evening, the Grand Temple. You sit on a high dais. Thousands of brothers fill the hall. You open your folder. Obediently read a text into the microphone, written this morning by someone else. You try to loosen your shirt collar. The massive gold chain grips your throat like a vice. The clasp is locked tight. In the center before you, a man kneels. A noose around his neck. A compass pressed to his chest. Inhale.